Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, before I start swaying your opinion in my favor, I just wanted to lay down some facts. Facts about what we know about fine Horatio and that of deceitful Fortinbras. You all probably know Fortinbras as the heir to the throne, or eventually to be king. Why is this? This is because of his blood, his entitled yet unworthy blood. We also know that he's threatened our land to invade Denmark without hesitation. This was all behind his new king's, as well as his uncle's back. Mind you, a similar action to that of our own young Hamlet. And look where that led him, along with our country. Now, why would we want someone with their own country as the apple of their eye instead of our own? Now, I'm not going to overload you with information as to distract you from the truth, but please keep in mind this key fact. Fortinbras is not from here. Therefore, we, the people of Denmark, are not his first priority. Furthermore, we cannot assure our own safety under his rule. Now, what we know about Horatio is that all of his characteristics are positively parallel to that of Hamlet and Fortinbras. Time and time again, he stood by Hamlet when he did not deserve it. What this ensures is that Horatio will stick with Denmark even when times are tough. Yes, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, even when we ourselves don't deserve it. As well, Horatio can think logically even in the most emotional of times. In fact, if young Hamlet had heeded the advice of his so-called best friend, then he would not be as we know him now, deceased. It is true that Horatio begged Hamlet not to take arms against Laertes. Horatio even states, and I quote, "If your mind dislike anything, obey it, and I will forestall their temper hither, and I will say you are not fit." Horatio warned Hamlet to listen to his intuition and not his emotions, even offering his own help on not accepting the challenge. Yet, Hamlet, too blinded by revenge, did not listen to his advice. Yes, it is proven that Horatio is slow to anger and thinks before a fight. This is yet another distinction than that of Fortinbras, who was going against his king to invade Denmark. Yes, he is deceitful. So what makes you think he will be honest to Denmark if he is not honest to his own blood? Now please, think with me for a minute of our own young Hamlet. When we examine his treatment of those he cared for, his true character comes to light. Some qualities of Hamlet consist of foolishness, as he rushes into action with lack of thought or consideration of others. An example of this is the terrible tragedy of our wise Polonius. Hamlet was known to be verbally abusing his own mother out of petty rage, while Polonius was kind enough to watch over Gertrude. Things got out of hand, and what did Polonius do? What any of us would have done. He called for help. Now Hamlet, not wanting to be caught of abusing his own mother, struck an innocent man down to death. And let us not forget of our poor innocent Ophelia, who Hamlet used and abused. Upon Ophelia's obedience to her father, she informs Hamlet she can no longer see him anymore. A wise decision on Ophelia's part. Again, though, what does Hamlet do with this news? Well, he verbally abuses yet another person. He quotes to Ophelia, "Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sins?" Harsh words indeed, and not worthy of that of Ophelia. In fact, this incident affected this girl so deeply, she went mad and took her own life. All of which could have been avoided if Hamlet was wise Not only did Hamlet murder a man in cold blood and encourage a suicide, but he was also planning to strike again. His intentions lied within selfish rage and not that of what he claims a mission from a ghost. What sane man believes in ghosts? Now, who can put the trust in a mentally disturbed man to choose a fit ruler for Denmark? No, we need to pick a ruler who is fit to handle our present circumstances. Someone who can clean up the mess that Hamlet and Fortinbras have left behind for us to pick up. And who's not to say that Hamlet's insane episode will not plague Fortinbras? Did his father not just pass away of recent? And did his uncle not take the throne that was rightfully his? The fact is that Hamlet could have chosen not to make Fortinbras king, changing his mind every 5 minutes like he did all his decisions. The only reason that Horatio is not king now is because Hamlet, like so many times before, made a hasty decision and did not have time to further think it through. Now, I'll leave you with this. With what we know of Fortinbras, he brings unpredictability, secrets, and rage. From what we know of Horatio, he brings loyalty, scholarly wisdom, and time again has proved himself worthy. The only reason he would not be worthy of the throne is his own blood. However, all our blood ran dry when Hamlet passed on. It is up to us now, the people of Denmark, to choose. Please, for our future and the future of our children, choose wisely.